We are looking down at the floor with our eyes to put the dura mater under tension, maximum extension of the elbows and wrists, maximum lateral rotation or external rotation, and then we have flexion so that the arms are in line with the ears and the arms are parallel to one another, arms pressing up to the sky. And while we're resting, let's continue with our exercise demonstration for exercises that are going to help to release tension in the nerves. And right now, I'm going to be taking you through the L4-L5 ELDOA. The reason I'm giving you the L4-L5 ELDOA is because in the lumbar spine, the L4-L5 is going to be the most common disc herniation. And if you do happen to have a lot of compression, it's going to be mostly the L4 nerve root that's going to be affected. This is where we connect the lumbar plexus to the sacral plexus. And typically, if you're going to have compression at the L4 nerve root, the nerve that's mostly going to be affected is going to be the femoral nerve. And this can manifest at the lumbosacral trunk as either bowel control issues or also bladder control issues. With regard to musculoskeletal issues, you can experience either pain or numbness in the medial calf or the inner portion of the calf. And also, you may experience a lot of weakness in dorsiflexion, pointing the toes up, and that can manifest possibly as a foot drop where you are unable to get those toes pointing up to the sky. So if you do happen to have any issues related to the femoral nerve, if you tested positive on any of the femoral nerve tension tests, or if you happen to have any type of weakness in the medial calf, foot drop, or any type of bowel control or bladder control issues, go ahead and give the L4-L5 ELDOA a try. But for the position, we're going to go ahead and we are going to get into a seated position for this one. And what we want to do, first, we want to make the heels ischial at the level of the ischial tuberosities. That's roughly going to be 1 fist width apart. So put your fists right in between your heels. And then we want to go ahead and go into hip and knee flexion. When we go into hip and knee flexion, we want the knees to roughly be flexed 90 degrees. From this position, we want to go into dorsiflexion by pointing the toes toward our head. And we want to go into eversion by pointing the soles of our feet away from our body. From here, we are going to drop our knees down toward the floor and press as hard as we can so that we can go into lateral rotation and abduction of the coxofemoral joint or the hip joint. From here, we want to maintain a nice tall spine. So we're doing axial traction. Everything from the coccyx up is going to be pulling in opposite directions. So the coccyx is pushing down into the floor. We've got retroversion or a posterior pelvic tilt of the pelvis. We have a flat lumbar spine, a flat thoracic spine. Our chin is tucked in. The crown of our head is pushing up toward the sky. Our eyes are looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension. And then with the arms, we're going to go into maximum extension of the elbows and wrists, maximum external rotation, and we want to go into maximum flexion so that the humerus is in line with the ears and the arms are parallel to one another. We want to push everything in opposite direction. So the knees are pressing down, the palms are pressing up, the coccyx is pressing down, the crown of the head is pushing up. And quick recap of everything: heels, level of the ischial tuberosities, roughly 1 fist width apart. We have hips and knees flexed. Knees are roughly 90 degrees. We got dorsiflexion and eversion of the ankles. We have retroversion of the pelvis or a posterior pelvic tilt. We got a flat lumbar spine, flat thoracic spine. The chin is tucked in. Crown is pushing up to put the crown is pushing up to get that axial decompression. We are looking down at the floor with our eyes to put the dura mater under tension. Maximum extension of the elbows and wrists, maximum lateral rotation or external rotation, and then we have flexion so that the arms are in line with the ears and the arms are parallel to one another, arms pressing up to the sky. That is the L4-L5 ELDOA. What you would want to do is hold that position for 1 minute without losing any of those components. If you do happen to have any issues with bladder control, bowel control, or if you happen to have any issues with regard to anything related to the femoral nerve, go ahead and give the L4-L5 ELDOA a try. During the next rest period, I'm going to be taking you through one of my go-to sciatica ELDOAs, and that's going to be the L5-S1 ELDOA. But for right now, our rest period is up. It is time for set number 9. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members-only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member-only videos.